not a disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman!
Legacy. Living up to those who came before us is hard enough for most people, but it's even harder when the person that came before you is one of the greatest superheroes of all time. What's it mean to be Batman, and what's it mean to let go of the past? Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker tries its best to answer all that, and like everything else it does it in style. In an era where everything, and I mean everything, is getting a reboot, Jaded is a line that most people jumped across 10 franchises ago. How many times can you get excited to see the same things? I'm not sure, but I can tell you that this movie and this iteration of Batman means more to me than any other one. That's my Batman. He's voiced by Ron Stoppable, and he's perfectly corny.
It's a school night, boys and girls. I'm gonna have to call your folks.
Return of the Joker serves as the first, and unfortunately for me, only film that was released in companion to the 1999 series Batman Beyond. For those who don't know, it follows juvenile delinquent Terry McGinnis in the far-ish future version of Gotham, now named Neo Gotham because that makes it sound cooler, as he copes with the death of his father through assisting an aged Bruce Wayne, played by the late great Kevin Conroy, who has secluded himself from the public and lost control of his company, his relationships with his family, and the reasons why he was even Batman to begin with. Terry dons a new high-tech batsuit with Bruce acting as his guy in the chair. He tries to understand what it means to be a hero, all while making sure his grades don't slip and his girlfriend Dana doesn't decide she'd be better off with a guy who doesn't disappear every time they've got a moment alone. And honestly, she might be better off. That's all you really need to know to understand this film. Return of the Joker kicks off like any great story with Terry cracking jokes as he tries to stop the Jokers, with a Z, gang from lifting some advanced tech, which is odd because they're a group of Joker-loving criminals who mostly stick to committing petty crime all over Gotham in his absence. My favorite one is the guy who looks like the Scarecrow because he talks like Christopher Walken.
So he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass.
Now normally the Jokers wouldn't be too much trouble for Terry, but today he's either unlucky or they're extra motivated because they rock his shit and get away after he's done saving one of the DDs from becoming a street pancake. Terry returns to the Batcave after this and like a true teen, instead of taking himself to bed like Bruce suggests, he's just gotta go clubbing with his girlfriend at this place with the big ass lava lamp. Don't take that as me hating. The club scene in the intro of Batman Beyond is probably one of the coolest bits of animation that's ever been created. Real life can never be as beautiful as the intro to Batman Beyond. Once he gets to the club, Terry can hardly even stay awake on the dance floor. I'm not surprised considering he probably got a concussion earlier. Good thing for him, he's got an endlessly understanding girlfriend, and as Dana pumps Terry full of caffeine, we learn what has the Jokers putting in an extra night shift. If the title of the movie hadn't clued you in already, somehow Palpatine has returned.
A brave new world that has such putzes in it.
And he's got that shit on. I'm in love with this Joker design. It's a nice middle ground from all the other ways we see him in the Bruce Timm-verse. Plus it has that added Batman Beyond flair where everyone's clothes seem to be super glued to their bodies. And speaking of bodies, Joker's not playing around. The moment one of his flunkies steps out of line, boom, he's a body bag. And now we return to Bruce. As I talked about earlier, in the interim between the end of BTAS and now, he's given up most of the control of Wayne Enterprises, at least executively, to a bunch of suits. And now that Terry's brought some fire back into his life, he's planning to re-enter the public a bit and make his voice heard to the people of Gotham. He starts up what I'm sure was about to be a great speech when the Joker decides to crash his party.
Joker's back in town!
It can be, and it is.
Now to pause for a second, the entire premise of this video is not for me to recap this film beat by beat, because I'd love for you to watch it for yourselves. It's worth it alone for the animation. The point I'm trying to make here is about the past, and what a legacy can mean for the people that you leave behind. Just like Batman, the Joker has a legacy, and his legacy is pain. Look at these people's faces. Look at the face Bruce is making. That is a man who is seeing his worst nightmare. This is trauma. There is no one here saying, who's that guy? everyone knows to fear the Joker. That's his legacy, and the Jokers have made sure that even when he's gone, that fear never went away. Joker puts on a show the only way he knows how, and lets Terry know that he thinks nothing of him as the new Batman. Luckily, he's able to save the people at the party and get Bruce away from danger. But of course, he's not in the best mood right now.
Clone? Robot? Suspended animation due to floating around frozen in a block of ice?
Shut up and drive.
Terry swings by Barbara's to figure out what the hell is going on. The mood in Gotham seems to have gotten real dark, real quick, and nobody who usually clues him in is saying a damn thing. It's frustrating because he doesn't get it. Joker is a villain from Bruce's past, but he's missing the context to see what separates him from, say, Mr. Freeze. But if you watched Batman the Animated Series, you should be picking up on the fact that the air here is a little bit different from how they treated him in the show. He was always Batman's big bad back in the day, but clearly a line's been crossed. He did something to these people that's haunting them far into what should be the golden years of their life. What could have happened to make Bruce push away the people that he called his family? And what's it got to do with the Joker? Well, we're almost there. After his attempt to get information out of Barbara fails miserably, Terry tries Bruce back at the Batcave one more time. He reveals to him that he saw Joker die with his own eyes. Terry then assumes that it was Bruce who killed him, that at some point he went too far and Batman had to put him down. Instead of answering his question, Bruce asks for the Batsuit back. And in one of my favorite scenes in the movie, Terry explains to him the reasons why he continues to be Batman. Bruce obviously assumes it's because he wants to avenge the death of his father and make sure nothing like that happens to anyone else. But it's actually even deeper than that. Terry doesn't view himself as a good person. To him, if his father hadn't died, he wouldn't have ended up any better than the Jokers. Batman is Terry's atonement. It's a chance to right the wrongs of his past and make a positive change for himself and for Gotham. It's heartfelt, and the reasoning hints at what makes Terry different from most of Batman's other partners. Too bad for him though, Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. And when appealing to Terry doesn't work, he falls on the oldest trick in his book. If he can't tell them to leave, I'll hurt them so badly that they'll never want to come back again.
Stupid kid. You don't know what you want. None of you ever did.
Works every time. After that mess, Terry retreats back to his family and his girlfriend, and Bruce locks himself in the Batcave. But hurt means nothing to the Joker, and he makes sure to let Terry and Bruce know that he's got their number in a way that can't be ignored. He sends the Jokers to get Terry, but they end up dropping Dana off the second story. Her friend Chelsea says she'll be fine though, I guess. Meanwhile, Bruce gets a visit from the man himself. Good for him though, Terry's still Batman, and when Bruce doesn't pick up his phone at night, he knows something's off, arriving just in time to save his mentor's life. Now with Bruce in the hospital, and a supposed dead man attacking the things he loves, Terry goes to Barbara, and this time she knows he needs answers. So along with him, we find out about the night that the Joker died. Now as a disclaimer, much like the Darth Maul scenes in one of my personal favorites, Star Wars Rebels, this next sequence tends to overshadow the rest of what surrounds it in online discourse. It's been talked about in so many ways by so many different people that it's kind of grown a life of its own. So I'll keep the recap brief, both so you can enjoy it for yourselves and so I can highlight the points that are relevant to what I'm trying to say in this video. We learn from Barbara that at some point after the end of BTAS, Tim Drake was kidnapped by Joker and Harley. 3 weeks of turning the city upside down, and it gives Batman and Batgirl nothing until the Joker actually sends for them himself. He's made a hideout in the now abandoned original Arkham Asylum. When they arrive to confront Joker and Harley, in the dim decay of the building, they unveil something far worse than what even Batman thought they were capable of. They've been torturing and brainwashing Robin for 3 weeks, pumping him full of chemicals and wringing every last drop of information about the Bat family they could from Tim. It is far and away one of the darkest things you'll ever see in an animated Batman project, and that includes all of them. The atmosphere that's built here and the implications are enough to make your stomach turn. Barbara faces off against Harley, which ends with her seemingly falling to her death, while Batman goes head to head with the Joker. Shout out to the sound design and animation here, because you can literally feel the rage through Bruce's punches. Joker gets the upper hand on Batman for a moment and passes Robin a gun to finish him off, but with a plea and a push of his willpower, Tim delivers the final punchline to Joker.
That's not funny. That's not...
And that's it. So the question you're left with now is, how the hell is Joker back in Gotham when he should be 6 feet under Arkham Asylum? Armed with the knowledge he lacked earlier, Terry goes to figure it out before Joker can ruin any more lives. From here, we see Terry go full Batman detective mode. He's got his first lead, Tim Drake. He's working on satellite dishes in this little floating cherry picker thing that I know good and well ain't safe. He tells Terry that he knows nothing about Joker and that he's put this entire traumatic past of fighting crime behind him, advising Terry that he'll have to do the same one day because, in his words, nothing is good enough for Bruce. That didn't get him anywhere, so Batman tries another lead. There's a young executive in Wayne Enterprises that seems none too happy that Bruce has been mounting a comeback. But he's preoccupied. Turns out he's been given the Joker's, and by extension, the Joker, the security codes to steal that tech from earlier. In a twist that anyone with a brain could see coming a mile away, the Joker doesn't play nice, and now Buddy's nothing but a loose end.
And loose ends should be tied up.
Terry swoops in and saves his life, but seeing as he's about to get stomped out, it's likely that he's not the new Joker. So now we're back to square one, and Terry's starting to wonder if he's even cut out for this whole world's greatest detective thing. Luckily for him though, it takes more than some Joker toxin to kill Bruce Wayne. The two Batmen have a brainstorming sesh and put together the final pieces of the puzzle. Something stinks with Tim Drake, even if Bruce is hesitant to believe it. So Batman suits up one last time to put the Joker to rest, and this time he brings backup. They're able to track him down, but it ends up being a trap. That's where the Joker reveals his grand plan to literally bring an orbital strike down on Gotham. So yeah, it's not looking good here for Terry, and definitely not for Bruce. But he's Batman, so he's able to escape and take out the rest of the Jokers and dodge his mini Death Star. You can't convince me that didn't kill anybody though. I'm not buying that. Now Terry's ready to face off with Tim and the Joker, but surprise! Tim is the Joker, and he has no idea he's been Jekyll and hiding it for years. See, all the way back when Joker kidnapped Tim, he implanted a DNA-laced microchip into his neck that's been taking over his body for years. It's a bit out there, but this is a comic property, so I'll play along because the writing is good. Joker, Batman, and Ace all start going at it, until one of Joker's joy buzzers ends up rerouting his orbital laser right for them. He tries to leave, once again shitting on Terry and telling him he's nothing like the original Batman, so he doesn't have a chance in stopping him. Bruce even chimes in to give Terry some advice on how he dealt with the Joker. So in a moment of pure writing genius, the story doubles down on its themes. Terry is Batman, but he's not Bruce Wayne, and he's not in the suit for the same reasons. So Terry does the one thing Batman never did with the Joker. He jokes back.
You make me laugh, but only because I think you're kind of pathetic.
Stop that!
This is personally my favorite part of the movie. Terry is able to completely deconstruct Joker here, tell him exactly how he thinks. You can tell it's destroying his ego, his soul. So with the final laugh right to his face, Terry uses the Joker's own joy buzzer to erase him from Tim's mind permanently. The day is saved, and the next morning Terry gives Tim a visit in the hospital to see how he's doing.
I owe you big time.
Forget it.
For what it's worth, Bruce couldn't have chosen anyone better to put on the mask.
Bruce meets Terry outside Tim's room and tells him that he's what makes Batman great, not the other way around, wrapping things up on a high note. As Bruce goes to greet the family he's been missing this whole time, Batman looks out over Neo Gotham, ready to do what he does best. And with that, Batman Beyond Return of the Joker ends. And what happened to Dana, you ask? I guess she'll be alright. What makes this adaptation work so well when others fail in certain aspects? I think it all comes down to what I talked about at the beginning of the video. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker understands legacy, and by extension, it understands what it means to be Batman. Good and fucking traumatic. It uses that very idea to craft this entire narrative from start to finish. Terry starts this film off fighting a gang of people whose entire existence is just them looking up to Joker, to the chaos he was able to bring to Gotham. And I'm assuming here, the feeling of freedom they thought he had as well. Outside of Batman, no one could stop him. You compare this to Terry and how the voice of the old Batman is right in his ear every time he puts on the suit, and the parallels write themselves. But where the film really shines though, is it's not sanding away the idea that legacy can also be a burden, a brick weighing you down. Look at Tim and Barbara. Whether they like it or not, they carry the legacy of Batman. And especially in Tim's case, the scars. They're literally and figuratively eating him alive. He's becoming the worst representation of the past, of the moment that defined the rest of his life. And when he's confronted by Terry, the thing he's still concerned about is Bruce's approval, which I'm sure he already has, but the old man is too busy wallowing in his own regret to tell him that. That's where Terry steps in. And what makes his speech from earlier so great is as he explains why he's Batman, it's almost the exact opposite of Bruce. Bruce Wayne puts on his Batsuit to become vengeance and to bring hope to the people of Gotham City. Terry puts on the Batsuit so he can feel like for once in his life, he can make a change, not just to the city, but to himself. For redemption. It's powerful and respectful. Terry understands the pain of those who came before him, but that's not what defines him. That freedom from the past, from that trauma, and the acceptance of who he is allows him to defeat the Joker in a way that Bruce never even thought of. In a sea of remakes and reboots, it's easy to get tired. I don't know if I have the solution to make a great one each time, but Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker succeeds in every way that it can. Terry McGinnis is Batman. Hope you like that. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. See ya.